Hello and welcome to the Game Legends YouTube channel. My name is TJ and today I'm going to be reviewing the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally. Also with that, I'm going to be reviewing the ROG Raikiri Pro wireless controller, the ROG Cetra True wireless headset or earbuds, and the ROG XG Mobile. Alright, so here I have everything unpacked and set up for the most part. I'll go ahead and get started with the accessories and get them out of the way. The ROG Cetra True Wireless Earbuds. So these are very good looking. I did play with them a little bit, try to play with the sound, and they do not sound decent to me, not at all. They look cool. They feature wireless charging. You can put them on a charging base and they'll charge wirelessly, or you can use the USB-C port. It also comes with the cable for it. Matching great cable here. However, they are not something I would use if it was up to me to game on. I would rather just use the loudspeakers. However, they do look great. I'll leave that up to your discretion. Next, we have the Raikiri wireless controller. This is probably one of my favorite accessories to date. I already have it mostly set up. When you originally get it, it will be a rainbow LED or rainbow flashing lights. Right now it's trying to connect to the tablet or the Ally, but it's obviously disconnected, but it's pretty cool. It's like an Elite controller almost. It has 4 buttons on the bottom. It features Bluetooth wired and 2.4 wireless. It has a compartment underneath it, so I can open it, and there's your USB wireless adapter. I use Bluetooth for it because it just works great, but this should work on an obviously it'll work on an Xbox, your Steam Deck, or the Ally. It's really smooth. It's one of my favorite controllers I've held so far, and no complaints about it so far. It has an internal battery, so you have to charge it just like an Elite controller. Nothing's changeable on this, but it's very customizable with the app. I'll probably show that within the Armory crate when I do boot up the Ally. Next, we have the docks. So for the deck and the Ally, they both can almost use the same type of docks because they both feature USB-C on the top, and you can plug them both in directly. I had to use a different dock, a Sabrent, because Ally doesn't have an official dock yet, but this dock is deep enough for the Ally to sit in, and it'll slip out of the Steam Deck OEM dock. Steam Deck obviously sits in that just fine, and this will definitely hold the Steam Deck also. They both have USB 3.0s. I know these aren't blue, but they are definitely USB 3.0s. Power cable goes into the USB-C slot. These both, I want to say, this one could go up to 65 watts. Sabrent can go up to 100 watts, which Ally uses more power, so the Steam Deck charger is not adequate for the Ally, but it doesn't die exactly. It's just the Ally will pop up and say the power supply is not, powerful enough to keep it charged. Let's say if you were running a very graphic intensive game like Battlefield or something. So those are the docks. I'll probably be using them for the most part. If not, this one I'm just going to be using for the Ally. I'm just going to be using it just to hold it into place, because I do have the ROG XG Mobile, and this is a dock in itself. It has the power cable, Ethernet ports, and USB, and you can connect 2 monitors to it. So what this is a video card enclosure, basically. They make many. I want to say Razer has one that you can put video cards in and connect them to Thunderbolt 3 or 4 compatible laptops and change your video card. That's basically what this is, except for Asus has their own PCIe slot custom made for their I want to say their Flow lineup and the ROG Ally, which means you can't connect this to anything else. It has a charging port and then the data port. Also features a locking mechanism. Once you plug it in, lock it down and it won't come out. Once again, this is a 380 video card. It can also set up on its own. You just set it down. And yeah, so let's get started with the actual devices. So the Steam Deck up top, Ally on the bottom. Steam Deck's a little longer. It's not that much heavier. They both are 7-inch screens. Steam Deck has a 720 60 hertz screen, and or features that, and the Ally has 1080 120 refresh rate. So I'll go ahead and boot them both up. So the Steam Deck runs off of Linux, and the ROG Ally runs off of Windows 11. So you can see it booted pretty fast. The Ally, I already have it set up. Windows, it's fingerprint also, so you can fingerprint into it. It'll boot into the Armory crate. You have the Steam Deck booting up now. And Steam Deck boots. And, you know, I've used the Steam Deck for a little bit. You can click here. This will be your Steam download. Tell you what updates are ready, and but they both boot up pretty fast usually. That was the longest I've ever seen the Steam Deck really do. Both of these devices have menus and option buttons. To the left of the devices, you have a Steam menu button, and you have the command center for the Ally. The Ally's command center is customizable. You can change the power, the operating mode. I'll be putting this on screen for everyone. This is just a quick device review right here. So, and on the right side it has quick settings, and this opens the Armory crate for the Ally. They both take micro SD cards. This is a 512, but I have a 1 terabyte in the Ally. I do not have anything in the Steam Deck. Mind you, the Steam Deck runs off of Linux. Once again, if you format a micro SD card to Linux, Windows, if you want to take it out again, you have to use a special program for Windows to see the SD card. Otherwise, you need to reformat it with Linux. And you can do all that in the menus. I probably won't get into that today unless it's requested. So, with the devices, they both are pretty similar on top. They have the vent for the fans that are running in it. I'll go ahead and put this in standby. They have their charging ports, power, volume down, volume up, microphone. And on the bottom you have micro SD. The back of the Steam Deck features 4 bottom buttons. As for the and also your L1, R1, L2, L1. So on the bottom, actually for the Ally, features about the same thing, except for it has its special PCI slot for the XG Mobile. The micro SD card is right there. I have one in there, 1 terabyte. I use that for data for the most part. This is your microphone and headphone slot, and the power button, which is also your fingerprint reader. And you have a battery. Oh, I'm out of screen. You have a battery indicator and a light indicator that tells you these lights are on. You could actually turn that off. Obviously, that would kill power. Underneath, there's nothing underneath this. On the back of it, looks nice. It only has 2 of these buttons, bottom buttons for customization. So yes, you can map them to do whatever. I would probably map mine to do Xbox, the game bar for Xbox. So let's get started. I'm gonna connect these to the screen so everyone can see. All right, I have everything connected. I had to do some weird connections, but for now, I'm going to run the Ally off of its own video card along with the Steam Deck, and we will use the XG Mobile later on. I'll connect that and show you the tremendous difference it makes when video gaming on this device. I do think the XG Mobile is quite portable, especially if you have a long power cord. So the thing about the XG Mobile, it does transfer that graphics card to this screen also. So the XG Mobile has a 3080 Ti or the 3080 RTX in it, and that means that can play. I don't know what the max graphics resolution is for that, but for the screen here on the Ally is 1080 max. But if you plug the 3080 into a 4K monitor, I'm sure it'll play 4K. It does for my 2K monitors, and it does have a refresh rate of whatever that monitor supports, which mine's are 240 each. So, alright, let's get started. So, we have the Steam Deck and the XG Mobile. I'm going to put them up on the screen, and you should see both. So I can't run mini games from the Steam Deck itself, but I will start with that. So Steam Deck, it doesn't support dual screen like duplicate displays, but I can still see it. So far, you see the check mark, you see a no-go sign, and then there's a yellow exclamation point, and then sometimes there's a question mark. So these all matter. They mean, what they represent is what the Steam Deck can do, which games it can play smoothly. So no, it can't play Microsoft Flight Simulator, but you can, if you have it connected to your home network or a nearby computer, you can stream all your games from the Steam Deck. That means you're sending all the processing power, all the resource usage to your PC, and on the Stream Deck is only the screen and controller. I will not, preview a stream today, but I will try a game. So I'm going to go with Apex Legends, and I'm just going to go start it up. So once again, if you are on your Steam Deck, you're unsure, or if you're thinking about getting one, there's underneath the game info, the check mark means verified. That means it'll play the game with all functionality, as it says in the top. And actually, before we go here, you can go to, let's see, your library, and it'll say great on deck. Now, a lot of these games I don't exactly own, but oh, actually no, these are all the games I have installed, and these are games that will play just fine on the deck. I have not tried Arc. Arc is a huge game. Requires its own memory stick. Reason why I originally had the 1 terabyte inside this and not the Ally. But I'm sure Arc will run. It'll run, and should automatically set its own graphic settings. The Hogwarts Legacy also, they all should run just fine. So for games that may not run fine, City Skylines, I'm not sure, but I know I play, or let's do Destiny. I know a lot of people play Destiny. Apparently Steam Deck will not run Destiny, but obviously you can stream it, if you play Destiny. Games like with the yellow sign, it will play those if you install them. So we'll go ahead and actually, before I do start the game, sorry, I'm backtracking, would like to show the menu. So the left Steam button on the device is the menu for the Steam Deck. So it features your home, your library, your store. You can go into the store, Steam Deck store, or the Steam store, which if you use this on PC, you are very familiar with it. You'll have your friends and chat, your media, downloads, settings. So in settings, you can set this up however you want, do your own settings. You could do beta channels for updates, SD card stuff, and whatever else. You have your security. I have not done a lock screen. I just leave it unlocked. Internet, notifications, your display, ton of display settings. I always like my brightness full. You have your audio, Bluetooth. I have Bluetooth off. Controllers. I have a PS5 controller connected to the Steam Deck. That's what I'll be using today for it, and I'll be using the ROG's Raikiri Controller for the Ally. So you can use the Steam Deck controller, you could customize it, and you can also do the PS5 controller, but it also works with any controller. If you're used to Steam, you know what I mean. So you can change the way your keyboard looks. Mine's is colorful. But you can change the display, the types of, if you, the theme, you can get multiple themes. So then you have customization. You can change the startup menu, movie. Mine's is, let's see, a preview. This is what it looks like when it starts up. You know, and you can change that. This is my first time seeing this. This must have come in an update. So I don't know exactly. Oh, you can visit the point shops and I guess spend your points on those. And just more settings, downloads. Like you can, it's basically the Steam app just in here. Remote play. These are my remote play devices. It sees the Ally because I have Steam connected to it. So yes, this thing could connect to the Ally itself and still play. These are all the games I have installed. I have 194 gigs free of the 512, which, by the way, I think I missed that. Both of these are the 512, the best ones they make for the moment. Both of them are 512 gigs. So these are all my games installed. I have done some experimenting with the Proton, trying to get other games to work. I started off with the Steam Deck, and I wanted to play more competitive games. I wanted to play Siege, I wanted to play Battlefield and PUBG. It doesn't do it not nicely. It will do it, but it takes a lot of customization of the Steam Deck. The little hoops you have to jump through. I did install Windows on this, Windows 11, and it did not run as smooth. It started off smooth, and it did not continue to be smooth. It took like 10 minutes to even start up, or it would crash, or it was just very slow. The Steam Deck is built around Linux and not Windows. I'm sure Valve can change that in a future update if they wanted to. I prefer Windows when it comes to gaming, just because its compatibility with everything. I understand Linux is an original operating system, and everyone loves it for some reason, but I only use Linux when it comes to running my servers and my websites. Other than that, I don't like it for gaming yet. However, if you are a Linux fan, the Steam Deck is not limited to the Steam operating system. The Steam operating system runs under Linux, as I keep saying. Switch to desktop will allow you to get to the desktop of Linux. So the display is going to go off a little bit. It's going to switch, and in my hand you can see it's on the desktop already. It's still switching for the preview. So basically what this is, it's the desktop experience for Linux. So what you're seeing is the second display. So the mouse. Oh, so these touchpads, I don't think I mentioned them earlier. The Steam Deck has dual touchpads. These are pretty awesome. You know, I like them. So what you're seeing over on the screen in my hand, I have the desktop 1, and what you're seeing on the screen is desktop 2. So it extended the displays. From here, I'm pretty sure I can duplicate it and do whatever. I came to the desktop to install certain games. I tried to install EA Play, Plex, Firefox, you know, Discord. I installed Discord here, and I added it to my Steam Deck's operating system, the Steam library, as a non-Steam game, and that allowed me to play or open or use Discord while playing games, and they do work simultaneously. So we'll go ahead and go back to game mode. All you have to do is click the game mode icon. It'll take you back to game mode. So we'll go ahead and preview a game, see how smooth it runs. We'll start with Apex. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end with Apex on the Steam Deck, just because I don't have many games to preview. Apex should run pretty smoothly. It's still booting up here. And it's taking a while. Longer than usual. It's installing an update, I guess. Okay, there it is. So here we go. So I'm gonna go over to Apex, press play. So I do have an external controller connected, so it's obviously going to pop this up. Pretty sure you can stop this eventually, but you can see all the controllers it's compatible with. It's everything. You can use its own controller, the built-in controller. You can use the PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch controllers. So sometimes it does take a while to load up a game for the Steam Deck, but you'll see the speed of both. And like I said, my preference after using them both was the Ally. However, the Steam Deck has its own, like, if it suits your needs, like if you're a single player person, if you love playing single player games and getting achievements and whatnot, then Steam Deck will suit your needs. It's a simple device, and I like it. I really do. I don't use it as much just because I play different type of games that the system does not support. And when I did jump through those hoops, I didn't like the experience. It runs fine for a couple days, but after Windows loads in with all of its updates and other things, it kind of seemed like it slowed down. So, looks like that is still loading. Gonna go ahead and lock my keyboard, but while that's loading, we'll go with this. It starts up, and this is what you see on the ROG Ally. This is their Armory Crate software, but you do not have to use it. This is basically just a handheld Windows PC. It's been running fine for me the whole time. I've been previewing it. Or not previewing, but using it. So once again, the command center is the left button, left bottom. You have your pause and menu buttons, I want to say, on both. Even on the Steam Deck, it's top left and top right. They're both about in the same areas. And you have on the right, you have the Armory Crate button where you can switch to it and you can select games faster. The command center has desktop mode, control mode, so I can control my mouse with the left analog stick, and if I switched it to, you can switch it to auto where it'll automatically try to detect it, but sometimes that doesn't work just fine. The mouse is gone and now it's just controller selection, so like that works in here. The mouse doesn't work, but the controller selection works. Steam Deck is taking quite a... I'm going to try to abort the game and try to reboot or restart it. Yeah, normally that doesn't take that long. Right now it's taking quite a bit. Not sure why. So I'm going to just go ahead and probably restart the Steam Deck. Normally it doesn't do this. I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm going to just restart it and let that sit. And I'll continue with the Ally. So the Ally's menu options are, I mean, you can customize this. I've added, like I said, the bottom part. You can change the LED brightness of the joysticks right here. It has set brightnesses. I'm running it at 1080p with 120 refresh rate. And I added take screenshot, record screen, airplane mode, game visuals. There's a lot you can do. Show desktop, which is, you can also do it with that Armory Crate button. So you go into the settings. You could change your lighting. I have it on sync, but you could change the types of lighting for your joypads. I'll go ahead and try Apex again. So while that's booting up Apex, you can change. This is the default when you first get the Ally. It'll default to rainbow. I did my own custom, just red and white. Seems that's pretty clean. In here, you can change your settings for other options like your audio, microphone, speakers, connections. It'll find Wi-Fi connections. You can do most of that in the Windows thing. So since Apex is booting up, I'm not sure what that was. A little hiccup, but we'll continue. So it detected mouse and keyboard, but I think once you press a button, it does connect. It does detect Xbox controller. So I'm going to go to the firing range. Start it up. Now, just because it's plugged into HDMI, it doesn't change the graphics card or the graphics. It is still 720p. So that loaded up pretty fast, and it runs smooth off the back. So there's no loading, no jumping or tearing or anything. There's no lag. Like I said, it's in 720, and that may matter to certain players, but when you're on a smaller screen, it doesn't matter. Not to me, anyway. But always better graphics is better, and a faster refresh rate is much better. So let's see. I don't play on controller, so yeah. But it seems to be running smooth. I can't aim. So it runs pretty smooth. I've never tried this in online, but I'm sure it's about the same. I believe this game is on mobile phones. If it's on mobile phones, it should run fine on both of these devices. Oh look, hey, I don't know what that is, but they brought it in. So yeah, this is Apex running. It runs pretty smooth. You know, no lag, nothing. This is the controller, or this is the Steam Deck controller. Also, it's touchscreen. You don't want to. Okay, that was wild. But since it's touchscreen, it's everything you do is just much faster. It's like using the mouse, and then the touchpad. You could change the touchpad sensitivity, but you could play with the touchpad also if you want to aim like that. I can see that being difficult, but I'm sure someone can do that. With the PlayStation controller, hopefully, I believe the game should work. I'm not sure why it's not. It did change red for Apex, but yeah, it's actually not working right now. Oh, no, it works for the Steam Deck. It's bringing it up, but it's not working for Apex. And maybe, let me see if I can change the controller settings. I mean, it detects it. It's just not working for the game right now. Maybe because I didn't start it with the controller. Unknown, but the controller does work for these games usually. And you know, it's weird it's not working. But that's the Steam Deck. There's not much to it. It's just a handheld device basically that plays Steam games, most of Steam games. What I wish it, and it can happen in the future, but I wish it played all of Steam games. And I'm not sure what it's going to take to do that. I don't know if the graphics card is limited from the start. I'm not sure. But only time will tell. I wish I could play Siege. I wish I could play Battlefield. And there is ways. So, let's see. EA Play, I'm not sure. So, it says EA Play here. But we all know Apex is EA. But I don't think Steam Deck can do Battlefield. And you can only hope. I could do a search real quick. Let's do Battlefield from the store. So it looks like it does have Battlefield 2042 now. View page. And on the games page, even on the PC to the side, it'll tell you if it's supported by Steam Deck. So yeah, I can install this all I want, but it won't. I think you could force play it, but I don't think it's going to load up as nice as you want it to. But like I said, this device, for those that want a Steam Deck, this is what you get. I'm sure Valve will not give up on this device, and they will continue to support it throughout its lifetime. And I'm excited to see what they will do. I accidentally took a screenshot. That's awesome. So now we move back to the Ally. So we will put the deck into standby and focus purely on the Ally. So the Ally, it comes with Armory Crate installed. It's pretty easy. So we're in the content section. I showed you game library. You can start your games there. Your settings. This is where I edit my command center. I added certain items. You can customize it, add other ones, your aura, or I'm not sure what AMD. I'm not sure what that is. But you can, yeah, that's just where you can edit it. Content. This is just your system, so your device specs, and this is the specs of the. It has the AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor, the touchscreen display, SD card, you know, whatever. Your storage. I have external and local. I've been installing all the games on the external. Local has just all programs, and just other things. So the game platforms, these are already in here. I'm pretty sure I have ROG Galaxy installed, but I just haven't logged in. All of these are installed and logged in. That automatically comes with Xbox and Steam already. The rest you have to download. You can oh, this is the update center. So this is like if you have updates when you connect the earbuds or you connect the Raikiri controller, your updates will be in here when it sees them, and also any other drivers that the Ally comes with. This is where you can keep them up to date. It does feature its own little store type thing where you can. It tells you what games are recommended, and Ally doesn't. I don't think Ally has its own platform for games, so I believe it just reaches out to Steam and Epic and EA or whatever. So I won't need that screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start Apex from the desktop. So I've already gone in here and, like I said, set it up. I have BlueStack for mobile phone. I have all my programs over here, and I have my games over here. You know, minus a few. I'm a Firefox guy, so I install Firefox, but it starts with Edge, and you can just install these. It does have remote play for both the Xbox and the PlayStation. You can connect the PlayStation controller directly. You can connect it directly to the Ally and make it work. I mean, I think that's just what it is for Windows. It does not play wirelessly, not yet. I mean, you can, and there's something I'm working on to try to get that working, but usually this does not work. That's actually weird that it is working. So the program I was using trying to get this to work, I don't even know if it's open. Maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, as you see, that was just working with the ROG's own input device, and actually have that on desktop mode. So usually this does not work though. When I'm usually playing with it, I'm like, oh, okay, that doesn't work. But see, I don't know what to do once you get in here. Yeah, so yep, never mind. It doesn't work. I think that's just the desktop, the keyboard working. Even if I go to game mode, I don't think it recognizes the controllers. I even have the Raikiri plugged in, nothing. So I'll put the console to sleep, but that's just to show you that the remote play does work. And as far as Xbox goes, You could stream your Xbox to this also. You can go, let's see, on top, and one of my Xboxes are plugged in. So it's this one. It's already over there to the right. Once you click that, it should go into stream mode. Usually that's a full screen. I don't know what's going on there. It is Windows, so with Windows you can expect a lot of issues, especially Windows 11. Like I said, normally this does not work handheld. I usually have to use a controller, I think. So, yes, and this is the issue I run into. However, if you have a controller, for instance, an Xbox controller, you could just use it as a remote screen, and I should be able to control the Xbox from here, just like this. Siege is actually frozen. Maybe it will work, but I do not like. I don't like Xbox streaming. If you can see, it has a lot of tearing to it. It's not as smooth as PlayStation, so it's just, I don't know. I don't use it for that. Now I wouldn't use it for a competitive game. Even in this isn't hardwired, but even hardwired, it does about the same issues. So we'll see if this loads up, and I'll do a quick training mode or something. So keep in mind that yes, this is playing on Xbox right now, but this is not an Xbox. Everything you do if you start Siege is going to be for PC. You can't go to the Xbox store and install Siege because it's only going to send you to PC servers. So keep that in mind. This is not going to play your Xbox. This is not going to put you in games with Xbox players if you're asking for that, unless it's obviously like Battlefield cross platform. Then you're going to be in there. So I'll just go to the shooting range, and as you see, this is actually working. Surprised. Actually, no, that always works. I don't think. Here, I'll select my character real quick. I do not think it plays handheld, and it might. Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. So, but the only thing I'm getting is a bunch of tearing and or refreshing, and that's because it's just laggy. So this is high sensitivity. I will not try anything today. It'll embarrass me. So, yeah, it works just fine. If you can figure out how to get that from lagging. I'll try this again when I plug in the ROG XG Mobile, because that I do have hardwired, and I have it hardwired with a 2 gig connection, but even then that shouldn't matter. It's all about your internal network. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. That works. We'll just go ahead and exit Xbox. I'll just go ahead and disconnect, and we'll get started with some of the actual games. We'll do Apex. So Apex starts launching error, install game executable. Okay, that worked earlier. It says, I'm not sure what that is. I want to say, make sure there's no updates. Yeah, that usually launches. I don't know. This is no. It's probably going to say the same thing. Apex was working. I want to say, I'm not actually. I can't tell you what's wrong with it. Kind of sucks. I mean, the drive is still connected. We'll just launch Battlefield then. So one thing with Windows, and it could be because I'm logged into multiple accounts or multiple computers, but the issues I do have are you constantly have to log into EA Play or Ubisoft sometimes, And I think it's because you're logged into multiple devices. So if I logged out on my main computer, it probably would not make me log in anymore, because it doesn't make me log in on my main. So that's the only issue I have with it. Well, not the only issue, but other than that, I do love the device, and it is my preferential go-to when it comes to mobile gaming. So this is Battlefield starting up. You can see it in the hand. It's refreshing for you guys. There it is. And this will be just a graphics card test. See how smooth it runs. We've seen Apex on the Steam Deck. It runs smooth from the jump. When I played Battlefield on Steam Deck, I can't remember that well how well it played. It did play it, but it's buggy, because I think this is a graphic. It's not as graphic intensive as certain games, but this one's pretty graphic intensive, and resource usage is up there anyway. So we'll do I won't do online. Let's do a quick host game. I'll load into this to kill more time. It's supposed to be a quick video, but I did say maybe a quick video. So far, so good. When I was loading Battlefield yesterday, I did have one problem. It did crash on me. It looked like it was loaded into the game, but that could have been Battlefield itself and not the actual Ally. So when this bottom logo stopped moving, that's what worries me. But that's what happened. But I'm pretty sure that's the game itself and not the actual device. So I have the network stats up top. In here, it won't be that bad. In the game, it was a little laggy playing Wi-Fi. So I was laying up in bed and I was playing Wi-Fi online. Still laggy. It rubber bands a little bit sometimes, but it wasn't too bad. I think it actually stopped after a while. So this is the game. It starts up smooth, no issues. This is the graphics card, internal graphics, and it's not too bad. I do not have, this is all default settings. I don't have anything set up. Just testing last night for the most part. But yeah, it looks pretty good actually. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it sets the settings by itself for display. I want to say, oh, here they are. Yeah, just set everything to low. And then if you put I'm pretty sure once I put the 3080 in though, it sets them all to ultra or max. Just because that video card is NVIDIA and it could take the hit. So yeah, that's Battlefield. Just running on the Ally. Runs pretty smooth. I'll probably do a Battlefield and Siege test when I plug the mobile in. But so far, yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, you don't need, if you're competitive gaming, you don't want all that extra stuff anyway. So, and it looks one thing. I'm looking at the monitor. It looks great on the monitor, but if you're playing handheld, it looks even better just because it's already scaled down. And 1080p 120 just looks good the smaller the screen is. So I'll go ahead and exit Battlefield, and I'll plug in the XG Mobile. So like I said, it runs pretty fine. I'm not sure what's going on with Apex. That's the first time I got that error. I did test it out before I started recording, and it did work. But, it's software, hardware, things happen. So quit to desktop, and there we have it. So it's loading. EA Play. And if you have this open, it'll probably just go back to it. I put League of Legends on here. I haven't tried it out, but you know, if you're a League of Legends player, all you're going to be doing is basically touchscreening it. Have not tried that out yet. I'm pretty sure it works. I hope it works. I'm a beginner in the game, but I'm becoming familiar with it a little bit. So we will get rid of the dock. We'll go to the XG Mobile. So the XG Mobile plugs into the top and it locks in. You have your charger and your PCIe slot. Go ahead and drag this thing. You plug it in and lock it with the lock button. And let me switch to desktop, switch to graphics. So you can plug the graphics card in. The remote is all Bluetooth, so I don't have to worry about that. And usually it'll pop up and ask you to switch. I have a mouse connected, so yeah, just like this. It'll say, do you want to switch to it? And I don't know if you guys can see that, but let's see if I can zoom in. But it'll ask you if you want to switch, and you just pick OK. It'll tell you, hey. Sometimes it'll tell you, hey, you need to close certain programs for me to do this, but it's actually processing it. So once that processes, it switches over to the 3080. Now, I'm already remote desktoped into the ROG, so I'm going to cheat and use an actual laptop. Oh, not a laptop, but an actual mouse and keyboard. So we will go here, the graphics, powered by ROG, yada yada yada, and then your NVIDIA pops in. Your NVIDIA settings. Right click isn't working because I have my keyboard disabled. Alright, there we go. So now you can go into Device Manager and I'll show you. So 3080, display adapters. You have your 3080 laptop GPU right here. Now let's try Battlefield again. We'll launch that, and it's just as simple as that. You plug it in, lock it in, and I'm pretty sure you can maybe control the coloring scheme through here. We'll see. I haven't tried it. Lighting settings. So yeah, these are the settings for the lighting when the device is off. Sometimes these do still glow, the light around the joysticks. I thought I turned that off. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I did. See right here, sleep. I turned the lighting off for sleeping because it is bright. It is very bright. Aura Sync. It's not detecting the graphics card, but I'm not even too sure it's changeable. But I'm sure that doesn't matter when it comes to just wanting to actually have gameplay. So going to get rid of this. I can also dual screen it again. I have this on one screen, but if I wanted to duplicate the displays or extend it, you can, just under Windows settings. But I won't need that. I'll just need Battlefield and the controller. So actually, one thing, I can duplicate it to show you the. You don't need a monitor to use the XG Mobile. You can duplicate it, and it'll probably scale down to the lowest, which is 1080p. But also, I can scale this up to my monitor, which is 2K. We'll go back to Battlefield. It's launching. Now, I'm not going to mouse and keyboard it, but I will controller. I want to see the difference in the graphics. I want to say they should automatically set because the 3080 can take Ultra. So this is the 2021 XG Mobile. They do make different years. I want to say there's an AMD one. I think it was in 2022. And the 2023 version has a 4070 in it. So this can see full screen resolution. It changed the resolution to 720. Graphics are auto. They put it all on high. I let the game pick, but you can also, I'm pretty sure you can push it because I want to say it has a 16 gig internal RAM. I'm not too sure. But also, this just shows you that the XG Mobile does not need a monitor to change the graphics on the actual device itself. Now, it says 720. I still have that in 1080. Oh, no. It did change it to that. So I changed the actual screen to 1080. We'll go up to... I'm not sure who that is. Neil... Oh, I think that's one of our friends. Let's see. I cannot find 1080. We'll cancel that. I do not want to play in that. Actually, we're just going to find it. This is 1920 by 1080. Or we'll probably just play in, let's play in 2K right here. And we'll go 140 refresh rate. So, I'll apply that. Keep. It's applying it. Oh, maybe not. It's actually ignored me. We'll go back to Portal. We'll host another server if I can. I'm pretty sure or no, they don't have a limit. So I'm gonna launch this and just test the graphics out. So I'm going to turn my Xbox off because I'm sure it's telling everybody I'm playing Siege, but I'm not. So, actually, this isn't displaying anything. Probably crashed. Got it. Yeah, but it's Windows. It has crash issues. We all know that. Do not know what to do about that part. But since it did fail me, I'm going to go ahead and we'll move on to Siege. Yeah, it has a slew of its own problems. I want to say, I want to get rid of that, but pressing the Xbox button created a dim screen environment. I'm not sure how to even get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this controller off. And yeah, it just took my desktop away from me. What I'll do is I will, hopefully I can't send that. I want to send Control-Alt-Delete. And even that's not sending. So sadly, yeah, it has its own problems. But that's Windows itself. We all know Windows 7 ran fine. From there, it's just become a nightmare with a lot of things, so it's delayed, but it finally sent it. I'm going to restart Explorer if I can. I can't. It literally took over the screen, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about that right there. It's actually quite annoying. Yeah, and I can't even see that on my remote desktop. I can just see it on the screen. Oh, it actually disappeared. So I might be able to click now. Yeah, it's using 88% of the memory. Yeah, this is Windows. That sounds about Windows, where it just sucks up whatever RAM it can. And that's the only issue with this device is Steam Deck is dedicated to Steam's operating system, and we know Linux just doesn't have processors running for no reason. But then you have Windows, and it likes to run high memory on things. Like, it's still stuck. You know, I don't know why. You know, Task Manager shouldn't become stuck, but it did. You know, hopefully, you know, close the program. Hopefully that'll close. I have Ubisoft logged in because we all know Ubisoft has issues. Make sure before I do start a new game, I don't know what's taking up so much memory. Seems like Ubisoft is, but Ubisoft is, it's weird. It's just all these added up. Like I said, usually this isn't a problem, but this is the problem I have with Steam Deck, that Windows gets out of control and it starts forcing things to load slow. So far, this device has lasted much longer than the Steam Deck in this aspect, because it took about a day for that to happen. This is like my 4th day with it, or whenever it came out. I got it day 1, and everything's run fine. We will try Siege then. Start that up. So I do use this for Windows Game Bar, which is Windows G. You can set it as a quick button for the rear buttons, or a quick launch for a rear button. You can connect USB devices to it. People who use Zim or anything else, sure, you can plug it into here and move all your settings without having to change. So, C should be launching. I'll close this down, let it run in the background. I'll make sure it's not running any unnecessary. Like, I'm not sure why that even opened. Like BlueStacks, I don't use. I like to keep these open so it automatically updates. Yeah, now we're just waiting for Siege to start, if it will. Yeah, for some reason it's having issues right now. Of course it would be in the middle of me trying to make a video, but it is what it is. Do a quick test, and like usually when it works fine. Like D should have always been my default storage. So some of these settings are, I don't know what's going on with the settings. Everything should be default, and it should not be making its own decision. And I wonder if that's what happened to Apex also. The games. Siege. So I think this is Ubisoft Siege. Let's say Steam library. If I'm right, Apex is still installed. PUBG. Yeah. See how long this takes to launch. Siege always takes a while to launch. Actually, most Steam games do. Instead of it just launching right away like a PlayStation or Xbox, it usually takes time. Test the graphics card out with Siege instead, and I think I'll end the video there. But that being said, while we're doing this, I do like the Ally, and even though it's being a little disappointment right now, they both have their issues. I had to restart the Steam Deck when it came trying to launch Apex for some reason, and this is crashing and lagging at any given, like at its first moment. Let me change display. Actually, I'll get rid of just show only on 2, because I don't need to see it. I just need to see the monitor. So I have the stats at the bottom. Network statistics and video card and frames per second. So that loaded okay, but took a while. We'll do. Let's do a situation, one of my favorite, Tubular Assault. Good old Ash. I'll probably play this on controller, so bear with me here. Team viewer should not be showing at all. It's Let's just try that now. Oh, it's still showing. Doesn't matter. We'll skip this. So, oh wow, that's very slow. Yeah, I'm used to mouse. But let's look what the graphics are, if it changed. So, see, just playing on ultra, very high. Nobody needs that. So far, so good. Looks good. I don't know how well it's going to look with me playing on controller, but so far it does look good. Run just like the normal game. That was a little slow. Guy ran around the corner. Yeah, so far, I mean, it runs pretty smooth. Yeah, I can't do this. I'd have to do a couple controller sessions to get back into it. But, yep, this guy there. I've done this one quite a bit, so I know where all the people are, but my controller game is a little outdated. Wow, he is just blasting through the wall. Oh my god, where'd he go? Holy, alright, see that? So I'm glad I didn't die there. I'd be a little embarrassed. I'll just hang up my siege crown. I'm not a pro at all, but you know. So yeah, this siege running. This is the game I definitely want to play. Just it's addicting, even though we all hate it. So a little teabag action. So yeah, that's there you have it. That's the Ally and the Steam Deck. Like I said, my preferential one is the Ally because I can do my games like this. Runs pretty smooth. I love the controller. The controller, this isn't an Ally controller, but you can customize it in that app. I'll put TJ702, of course. Change the lights to red. I haven't set the bottom buttons for anything. And the Steam Deck, like I said, I'm going to keep playing with this. I'm probably going to install Windows on it again and give it another try. If not, I'll just put it on my desk for decoration like everything else, like the Nintendo Switch. So, alright guys, thank you for watching, and have a good day.